Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is yet another day, a new day, a bright Sunday, a day that the Lord has made, that we should all be glad and rejoice in it. If you don't like this day, which other day would you prefer? Therefore, let us all be ready and invite our friends and family to join us this afternoon for another episode of Health Issues. What are we talking about today? It's a special thing or a special condition that most of us are suffering from it, that we don't know what to do. But today's discussion will show us the way, will educate us, will create awareness of how we can prevent ourselves from it. Today's topic is preventative measures of heart failure. How we can prevent ourselves from getting heart failure. I have with me at the studio, as usual, my own brother Ackon George. Brother George, you're welcome to Richmond Media.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. To our viewers, you are all welcome to today's episode. Please, why don't you invite your friends and family and tell them that there is a good news at Richmond Media coming right to your doorstep. So don't forget to share the link, subscribe, and like it. Also, if you want to send a comment on your screen, you can see either type a message or a chat, or there is an emoji in there. That's where you'll be able to share or to comment on the program so that we'll be able to acknowledge you at the same time as we are ready to answer your question. Brother George, how are you today?
By God's grace, I'm doing well. Please, how are you also doing?
I'm doing great by the same grace.
Glory be to God.
We thank God for a day like this. If someone asks or may ask, what is a heart failure at all?
Okay, so before we start with the question asked, we want to once again thank Richmond Media viewers and listeners for having time every Sunday, 2 o'clock to 3 p.m. to have these health discussions. So we thank you. I know of Brother Owusu Berquin and his team, so he is standing in for the listeners and the viewers. Okay, this topic, heart failure, is very important for us to discuss because when you read the Bible, Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5, it says that Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. So if the Bible is telling us to trust God with all our heart, and we are having a failure at part of our heart, it means it will be halfway. And this topic is very important for us to be able to ascertain how important and precious our heart is in the human uh, organism or human machinery. About 17.9 million people die every year of heart problems, but up to half of them, according to WHO, could have been saved if better prevention programs were in effect. So Richmond Media is on track because the half people who are alive, we want to prevent them from dying from this heart failure or heart issue. Now we want to talk about the slight overview of the normal heart so that we will know when it begins to fail, how harmful it will be to our body. God, in his own wisdom, created this human heart. So it's part of the human machinery. And he creating the heart, he positioned it in a way that it is tilted on the left side of the body. When you take the lungs, it's situated in between the lungs, but it is tilted to the left side. God is a wonderful creator because when you take the lungs, we have the left side and the right side. The right side is bigger than the left side. So God, in his own wisdom, tried to position it more to the left so that the heart will have enough space to function. But we have some conditions or some in rare cases of which some individuals have their heart at the right side. That is in rare case. The heart's action itself is to continuously pump blood, which is rich in oxygen and nutrients, to all parts of the body. Now, as we are still taking the heart, when you take the human heart, we have the left side and the right side of the heart. Then God has designed it or divided it into 4 chambers. So when you take the left side, we have the upper and the down side. Then when you take the right side, we have the upper and the down side. And that is how God has indicated or positioned the heart. The heart is supposed to pump oxygen-rich blood through the blood vessels. And the blood vessels here, we are talking about the blood itself, the heart, which is the pumping machine, then the blood vessels, which is we have a tube called the veins that carries deoxygenated blood. Then we have the arteries that takes blood also, or oxygen-rich blood from the heart to all parts of the body. So that is mainly its function. Now, that is how I would describe the heart and its normal physiology. So it means that this issue we are talking about, we are going to talk about what affects the normal functioning of the heart to lead to heart failure. So I just finished describing the normal physiology of the heart.
Thank you so much. That's a great in-depth explanation that you have given to us. If that is the case, if you've given us the normal physiology of the heart, then what or how can you define a heart failure?
Okay. A heart failure here can be defined as the heart being able, in the normal physiology, we are saying that it's able to pump enough blood continuously through the blood vessels so that all the cells will get. Therefore, we will start from the right side, the right upper part. Then it comes to the right lower before it goes to the lungs. Then the lungs will mix it with oxygen. Then the blood becomes oxygenated blood. Then the body will get enough blood as the heart pumps. But in heart failure, the heart is pumping, but it's not able to meet the body's requirement. So heart failure is different from when we say heart failure. Someone at a different place will think it's where the heart will stop beating. No, this case, the heart is beating, but not to the satisfaction of the body's demand. And when that happens, the body will lack enough nutrient from the blood and enough oxygen from the blood, and we will term it as heart failure. So the inability of the heart to pump to the body's demands, that's what we term as heart failure.
Thank you so much. You made mention of the upper parts and the lower parts. An ordinary person doesn't know what the upper part and the lower part is. So could you please clarify on that for us? Thank you.
Okay, thank you. When you take the human heart, God has designed it that it's in two parts. We have the left side and the right side. Then in between these two parts, left and right, we have the chambers. So we have the two upper chamber. So upper chamber means the two that is on top, then the two that is down. Now here, this is how the division is. When by his God in his own wisdom, blood from either the upper side of the body, from the head coming down, or from the legs coming up, is about to enter the body, human body. It will first go to the right upper part of the body. Then when that place accumulates, the heart will need to pump. So as it pumps, it will push the blood from that right upper part to the right lower chamber. That is what we call the ventricle. Then from there, the heart will pump again. Then the blood that has reached the right lower side will now move into the lungs. When it goes into the lungs, what it's going to do is that the lungs, within the lungs, we have what is called the alveoli. It's like a sac or a sieve. So that is where there will be a mixture of oxygen with the blood that has entered its chamber. Then carbon dioxide will leave such place. Then it will now pump again. Then it will go to the left upper part. Then another pump will bring the blood to the left lower part. Then from the left lower part, it will go to all parts of the body. So that is the simple explanation I can give to our listeners and our viewers. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So, I know you have given us the definition of heart failure. How does it occur at all?
Okay.
From your definition, I know you made mention of specific ways that it happens, but could you please clarify on that for us? How heart failure occurs?
So heart failure occurs in this way. You know, the heart works, in this case, the heart will work less efficiently than the normal due to the various possible causes in due time we will be mentioning. Then when that happens, blood will move the heart and the body at a slower rate, and the pressure in the heart will increase. When the pressure in the heart increases, because the brain is telling the heart that you need to bring more blood to the body's demands, as a result, the heart cannot pump enough oxygen and nutrients to meet the body's demand, because the heart will try to help itself. Each chamber will try to expand or reduce so that it will be able to get more blood to pump. But in this case, it will be tired. Then the muscles will be weakened. At that time, the body will not be able to get enough oxygen-rich blood. Then when that occurs, the stretching of the heart muscles will make it stiff or thicken. Then it will weaken the walls of the heart. And take note that the heart that is pumping that blood to all parts of the body also feeds on that same blood. So if that heart is also not getting enough quality rich blood, its cells will also not get enough oxygen rich blood, and it will start to also be weakened. Then when that occurs, the kidney will go and assist this mechanism so that the body will be able to get enough oxygen-rich blood. Now, when the kidney also tries to help the lungs to be able to be excreting enough fluid so that it will be going up and down, because the kidney plays a role to sieve the blood that will also come to its reach. But when it also tries and the blood is not coming as adequate as it's wanted, it will also become tired. Then it will try to retain fluid within the system. Then that's where you see the swelling of the feet, the puffiness of the face, then the cough, and the difficulty in breathing. Then over time, because the kidney is now retaining fluid in the system, it will be congested. We will say that the lungs and the heart are drowning in the water. Then that is where we get the name congested. So we call it congestive heart failure. And that is the term that is used to describe the heart failure when it reaches that aspect. So to summarize it, you realize that the heart is not able to pump. The brain is sending signal. The heart chambers that we have talked about, trying to help to be able to accumulate more blood to pump. But in that helping mood, the muscles will be weakened. And still, there is fluid or blood accumulating at a particular chamber. The lungs also needs to do its work, because it need not to be congested with the fluid. The kidney will try to go and assist. And as the kidney is assisting, over time,
Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. It is just, as usual, the Ghana network is really giving us a bit of a problem, but he will get back to us. So please, if you are here, just keep watching us, and as soon as he comes back, I will, or you will even know. We have some messages that we have to acknowledge our um, friends and family. Obrimpong says, as my son is in my name. This is really interesting topic. Thank you, Obrimpong, for watching, Mommy, and for contributing to this program. I really appreciate you. Sister Christiana Sapon says, God bless you, Sister Hannah, for your good work. Thank you, Sister Christy, for having us or spending your time with us all the time. We do appreciate it a lot. She says, watching you live from Amsterdam. Thank you, sister. Greetings, Ruchis and Amsterdamers. Thank you so much. And we have Junior Azad says, I have had fibroid for 13 months. It was confirmed through ultrasound. A radiologist commenced surgery or embolization procedure, which I refused and opted for the Great Herbal Healing Home herbal treatment for fibroid, which he got it delivered to me through FedEx. And I use it according to his prescriptions. And behold, I'm cured and free from fibroid. And I'm glad to have used this herbal medicine. And I recommend this herbal medicine for fibroid by Dr. Ofua Ofio to anyone out here. His contacts, anyway, we will talk about that later. If you want to uh, give someone's contact through this media, you have to speak to the management of this program, please. Thank you for your contribution. Obrimpong says, well done, Richmond Media. Thank you, Obrimpong, for contributing to this program. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've not subscribed to this program, please don't forget to subscribe to this channel, as well as you will get all the programs that comes on this platform. Richmond Media do appreciate you a lot. Brother George is back, and Brother George, may you continue where you left us. Thank you so much.
Okay, so we will say that this condition is very, very, very delicate, and it's like a multitask condition that you need not to neglect. But because it's a common condition, one, two, about 5 million Americans live with heart failure. Then approximately 550,000 new cases are diagnosed each year. So we need to be mindful of this condition. And thankfully, it's not something that someone inherited from anywhere. It's part of the non-communicable disease, which means a lifestyle condition. So it means when you are able to reverse from whatever we will be talking about, this condition will be reversed. So this is how the condition do occur. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your in-depth explanation of what a heart failure is. What are the various diagnostic investigations of heart failure, if I may ask you, please?
Okay, we have series of diagnostic investigations. In these diagnostic investigations, we want to talk about some of the things that we can use to confirm that whatever you are suffering from is heart failure. One is about the presenting signs and symptoms. Your presenting signs and symptoms. When you walk into any healthcare provider, then you are talking about some of the signs, like when you lie flat, you are feeling difficulty in breathing, you have some edema, swelling of the feet. When you use your hand to press, you see that it leaves a pit hole, then it gives a clue. So your presenting signs and symptoms is one key. Number two, is we will do full blood count. Then in this, we want to determine your normal hemoglobin level, because as part of the causes, when you have low hemoglobin level or anemia, in anemic cases, you might also suffer from this heart failure if you are not treated well. Then we have what we call the electrocardiogram. It's a diagnostic test that we use, one, to detect the heart rhythm. Then another one is the electrical activity of the heart. Then we can do chest x-ray. With chest x-ray, we want to talk about view the structures of the heart. Is it that your heart failure is as a result of a structural damage to the heart? And the chest x-ray will help us to know that. Then we have what we call the coronary angiogram. With the coronary angiogram, we want to see if your heart failure is as a result of a narrowed blood vessel or a blocked blood vessel. Then also we have what we call the fasting lipids or the lipid profile. We want to ascertain if you, as a particular heart failure client, your own is as a result of high cholesterol. Then we want to also do that. Then we will do kidney function test to see how well your kidney is functioning, and that will also help us to also ascertain. We have what we call the MRI, magnetic resonance imaging. It's a deep test that will help us visualize the internal structures within the heart and its muscle, so that we'll be able to know the exact cause that is precipitating your heart failure. Then we will do the thyroid function test. With the thyroid function test, because other conditions like thyroid condition can lead or predispose you of having heart failure. So we need to check that one too. Then we will need to check your sugar, because diabetes, in diabetic cases, if you're also not treated well, you too, you have the chances of getting heart failure. Then we, as usual, we need to do the liver function test. Liver function test will also help us. So these are some of the diagnostic investigations that will help any prescriber who is treating you or who want to manage you to be able to confirm the exact condition and now manage it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Brother Church Ackon. I always pronounce it as Ackon, but I'm trying to get a right pronunciation for it. Thank you so much. What are the various treatments of heart failure?
Okay, so when you come to the treatment options for heart failure, in any case that you are treating this condition, the goal is, one, to open the blood vessels. Two, to be able to improve output, because we have talked that the urine will now be retaining fluid. Then as the urine is retaining fluid, you might be having the swelling of the feet, the ascites, which is accumulation of fluid at the abdominal or the peritoneal cavity. So in this case, any treatment option that we are doing, we need to improve output, also make sure the blood vessels are not also dilated. So one, I will say that lifestyle modification is one key thing. Lifestyle modification is one key thing. Therefore, one best way to be able to prevent yourself or treat yourself here is one, to have a positive mind. Positive mind. The moment you have negative mind that your grandfather died with heart failure, your uncle died with heart failure, and we are saying it's a chronic condition and so it has put some fear in you, that alone delays treatment. But have a positive mind that, based on that positivity, it will bring a positive outcome. That's the first form of treatment. Number two is adequate water intake. Adequate water intake. The more you take water adequately, not to wait for your body to tell you that I'm thirsty before you drink water, will help the kidney to be able to do its filtering work. In so doing, it will not be accumulating more fluid and the kidney will get its strength. The second one too is that the lungs. We said that in the lungs, that's where we have the alveoli, the air sac, that is able to strain the or mix oxygen with the blood you have that has been pushed to that area, and what is able to maintain the quality health of the lungs. So that is another form that you need to also take note. By drinking water, it's also very important and essential to you. Number three is that make sure that if you are increasing weight leading to obesity, you make sure that you handle and tackle it, so that you'll be reducing weight rather than increasing weight to reach that obese arena, because when you reach that aspect, it will predispose you to obesity. Another one is exercise. You note that when we talk about exercise in heart failure here, we have various grades, about 4 grades of heart failure. Note the kind of condition you are suffering from, and note the type of exercise to do. Someone who is serving a grade 3 or the final grade of heart failure, and you want to exercise by running, you might end up die within your exercise. So please make sure you check your strength, the condition you are suffering from, then before you can engage in simple exercise. But we individuals who have not get this condition, then you need to plan your exercise well and do a quality exercise, like the brisk walking, like the bicycling, like the gardening, or jogging and other aspects. But the best, I will recommend brisk walking. Very fantastic. And if the person is bedridden means that someone who is unable to move any part of the body, or who is inactive, you make sure you raise the hand up, raise it down, be exercising the extremity. At times you turn the person to left side, you turn the person to right side. When there is a movement, it means exercise is taking place. So we need to also take note of that aspect. Then smoke. We are talking about the various treatment options. We need to make sure we inhale a quality air. So any air you are inhaling that is polluted, that is smoked, either from a cigarette or from a smoked area, or as we're saying, in a room, single room, your bed is at the left side, your gas is at the right side. So at the end, you'll be inhaling your fried food that you are taking the smoke and all over. It will pollute the air you are breathing and in effect affect the lungs. So the lungs will not be able to mix quality oxygen with your blood. Then when so doing, it will affect you. Then cholesterol producing foods, or foods that will build up cholesterol within the system, we need to be mindful of it. Example, like the flesh meat. You know, when you read the Bible in the book of Leviticus chapter 3 verse 17 says that it shall be a perpetual statute that through all your generation do not eat fat nor blood. Do not eat fat nor blood. The more we eat fat and blood in that flesh mood, we build up cholesterol within our system. And at the end, when the blood vessels are being blocking or narrowing as a result of these things, it will affect you or predispose you to having heart failure. So we need to be very careful. Then we talk about something we call the crustaceans. Crustaceans are some animals in the sea. They work like tankers in the sea, like the lobster, the crabs, and those family. They work like pigs on the earth. So the more you are in depth eating those things, either in the spicy form or in the powdered form, what it means is that Currently, most of them too have been mixed with artificial spices. So the more you take it, the more it increase your palpitation and heart problems, which can increase those things. So we need to make sure about the spices that we are taking. It's a treatment. The more you take artificial spices, the more risk you are in getting heart failure. Then in some specific, when you take the heart, preventing yourself from the heart, take contomere, for example, the leaf of cocoyam. It looks in that heart-like shape. So be able to be eating variety of contomere so that it will help the strength of the heart. In case of heart failure, make sure you are also eating them in variety. Then you take tomatoes, fresh tomatoes. When you take the fresh tomatoes and you cut it horizontally, it represents the 4 chambers of the heart. So the more you are taking fresh tomatoes, either in a salad form or in a juice form, we want to tell you that you are improving the heart activity. So it works by not constricting the blood vessel, relaxing the blood vessels, and even research has also improved that by taking this, it opens up the blood vessels and improve blood flow. The another one I will talk about is beetroot. Beetroot. I think you are on mute.
Yeah, when you talk about contemporary, people here don't know contemporary. Only the Ghanaians among us that knows contemporary. So in the alternative to contemporary is a spinach from our end here.
Okay. So
Yeah. Can we please have a commercial break before we continue?
no problem.
Um, Friends and family, if you are transferring money from anywhere to Ghana, I recommend one company to you. That is OA Pay. On your first transaction, you get £10, $10, €10. Wherever you are sending the money from, you will get 10 from it. So in the UK, you get £10 from it. But before you get the £10, you have to use a code, because the code will give you that benefit, which is RICHMO, RICHMO. Is it for school fees? Is it for feeding? Is it for hospital bills? Or are you embarking on any projects that you are finding it difficult to send money to Ghana? Mimia, use OAP. We can sika money and krabata baako pɛ de ama wo. Ɛno ne OAP. Ɛyɛ aransabea mu nsɛnsɛm. Ɛkɔm na de abusua ana yɛ school fees ɛna w'ani afɛkyere wo ho a na project bi na woyɛ a wohu kwan a womfa so a womfa sika mfa nkɔ Ghana na. Ɛneɛ ntwɛwa ne nhwɛ baabi a w'ani kyerɛ OAP na wobɛnya so mfasoɔ. Na wobɛhu mfasoɔ a OAP ɛtumi de brɛ wo ɛne w'abusua ne mpatamu a wotie nyinaa. Meda mo ase. Mepakyɛw, drink nwanwasoɔ bi abɛtɔ dwa so a yɛfrɛ ne sɛn, ɔne ne ultimate. Ultimate, awia abɔ gadigadi a wonhu nea wonya a wohum nyinaa ayɛ hyehyehye a wote fifiri. Chilled ultimate bi fa gu w'anum na wo nipadua nyinaa bɛyɛ wo from. Baabi biara a wobɛfɛ biara sɛ wohwɛ ultimate no, mepakyɛ wobɛnya bi de atɔ de ama w'abusua. Ɛyɛ party na woyɛ, ɛyɛ na woyɛ, bɛden na wotoɔ, anaasɛ mpo efie na wohia bi de agu fridge mu anaa, mekamfo ultimate de ama wo. Ultimate Classic. Umpɛ wei, na drink bɛn na wopɛ. Sugar content no ɛyɛ minimal a ɛnha wo nipadua. Ɛno nti onua, hwehwɛ bi na tɔ, na wobɛhu nwanwasoɔ a ultimate etimi ɛyɛ ɛwɔ w'abrabɔ mu. Wonya wɔ baabi a wohia bi atɔ a, mesrɛ wo fa w'ani kyerɛ. Frɛ yɛn ɛwɔ Richmond. Wo contact yɛ pa a wobɛnya bi ato. Yɛbɛkyerɛ wo baabi a wobɛkɔ a wo nsa bɛka Ultimate Classic. Meda mo ase. But Ackon, please, you may continue from there. Thank you for your patience. Oh, sorry, but Accon's network is not helping us this afternoon. I just had to have a commercial break, but unfortunately, it looks like his network is not helping us. But he will be back as soon as possible. So wherever you are watching us from, please don't forget to comment so that we'll be able to acknowledge you wherever you are calling us from, or wherever you are watching us from. I recommend this platform to you and your family members. Don't forget to share the platform to everyone that you know. We're talking about how heart failure occurs, how the diagnostic investigations are being done, and the treatment. That's where we are. Don't forget, anything concerning the heart is very, very important within our society and in our modern world, because without the hearts, it is impossible to survive. Therefore, I recommend this platform to you, that is Richmond Media. Wherever you are, we're bringing you health issues to your doorsteps. Continue to watch us each and every Sunday, the same time. Whilst you're waiting for Brother Ackon, if you have any comment, please just pop it there. Auntie Homida is watching us from Amsterdam, and Auntie Christiana Sapon is watching us from Amsterdam. Wherever you are watching us from, please just pop a message down, a comment down, and we'll be able to appreciate and recognize you so that you know that you are part of us. We do love you so much. Don't forget to watch us each and every week and every program on this platform. Whilst we are waiting for Brother Ackon, we can have a song just to get ourselves ready for him. Thank you.
to me in a me watch it, me watch it, me watch it, what it can I have you? Tina me reach away, I am me watch it, woman was a sword to me in a bejanio. Me watch it, me watch it, me watch it, what they can I have you? Tina me reach away. Oh, my one yeah,
Ladies and gentlemen, as we are still waiting for our brother George Ackon, we needed a song to keep our hearts at peace that will also help prevent us from getting heart failure, to calm down in all things, whatever situation that we find ourselves. I recommend Ultimate to you. Ultimate for all types of occasions, any functions that you are having, especially when the sun is right close to us, is Ultimate Classic. You won't get any drink, or you cannot compare Ultimate to any other drink. I am recommending this drink to you and your family members, your friends, and anyone within your community, that it is the best drink among all drinks, that it is healthy and it keeps you cool and calm. If you are having any function and if you can lay your hands on Ultimates, I will encourage you to do so. By doing so, you can contact us on Richmo Media number, which is sorry, I got a number for you as soon as possible. You can contact Richmo Boss and you will get the number. Ultimate. The number to contact is 07960568295. If you're calling from outside UK and you want Ultimo to ship these drinks to you, wherever you are, you can contact us on 0044 Thank you so much for your time and your everything that you have spent with us today. To all our viewers, I think we have 2 more messages. That is the number for you on the screen, 0044 Our brother George Ackon is back. So without wasting any time, let's get him on board before he disappears. Brother George, you're welcome back to Richmond Media. Brother George Ackon, are you here with us? Oh, okay. That's the number that we have already given you. Wherever you are, contact us and you can have as many as you want for the ultimate, the drink among all drinks. The number to contact is 0044 And if you are sending money from anywhere to Ghana, I recommend OAP to you. Your first transaction, you get $10, £10, €10, wherever you are sending the money from, you get 10 out of the money that you are sending. But before you get that discount, you have to use a promotion code called RICHMO, RICHMO, and you will be able to get this amount of £10 from what you are sending. Is it for school fees? Is it for feeding? Is it for hospital bills that you are struggling to meet, that you don't know where and how to send the money to your family and friend? I recommend OAP to you. You can download the app and you send money straight away. If Brother Ackon is not here with us at the moment, we will continue. We'll have the phase 2 of the heart failure, possibly next week. It looks like Brother Ackon is not available. So, because I think the network from Ghana is really distracting us this afternoon. But even what he had already given us, we do appreciate that a lot. And that will tell us how heart failure occurs and how it is being diagnosed, and also the treatment, some of the treatment that he already mentioned to us as we think over our health over the week. From what we have had, he mentions some of the vegetables that you will eat, or when you eat, it helps you from getting this condition. If that is the case, I will recommend you to continue to ponder over what he had already given to us, and possibly next week we will come and we bring you the second phase of heart failure, which I'm very sure the network will help us by the grace of God. So therefore, I recommend Richmond Media to you wherever you are. Every program that comes on this platform, please don't forget to recommend it to your friends and family as well. Together, we can share the health issues on this platform. Thank you for your time with us this afternoon. But don't leave me, don't leave. I'm bringing you another episode of From the Beginning right after this program. Until next week, the same time at 3 o'clock for health issues. See you there. My name is Hanna Bimah.
Oh, yeah.
So